But earlier you were saying that you were ghostwriting at the time, like 17, 18, that you were
Yeah,
ghostwriting around that time.
I was already writing. Yeah,
Yeah. Did you have any idea that you wanted to rap at that time? Or you were just like, well, I can write, so I'm just going to do that for some people? Or,
yeah. I was just that. I didn't even like my voice because I always wanted to sound like Chuck D. Like I wanted the deep voice and shit. But Rob Swift is the one that talked me. He was like, "Nah, you got a good voice, B. You got an ill voice. You could sing, you could rap, you know." But yeah, if you, I got the demos. I'm selling the whole package on my website. You listen to those demos. Yeah, I was writing a lot of that shit, you know. And this is like
that's
87.
crazy.
It's like 87, 88. We put out this project, and so it's crazy, you know. And like really taking it back to the record store when I used to work at that record store. It was called Music Factory. There was this other kid. He wasn't a kid. He was a little older than me, and he was the cashier dude. His name was Lenny. And one time I went to his crib. He took, we was doing something, but he was like, "Yo, let's stop by my crib. I got to pick something up." So we went to his crib. This motherfucker had a whole studio with every fucking equipment, and it was all full of dust. Like he never used the shit. And I was like, once again, like my eyes opened. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck you got here?" I used to go to people's houses and just discover shit, and I'm like you're not doing nothing with this shit. So I would make shit happen with their shit. So I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" He had a 808, a TR 808, and a Roland 707 drum machines. So I was like, "Yo, you're not using this shit. Sell it to me." He was like, "Yeah, so give me some money." And so at that time, I was like, "Damn, I don't got no money, but I got this fat fucking gold chain." I had bought a fucking Dookie chain, like Run DMC, you know. In those days, like I had paid like $800 for that chain. It was 14K, that shit was official. So he was like, "All right, fuck it." Boom. So I took the chain off, gave him the chain, and I left his crib with the TR 808 and the 707. And that's really what started my whole productions, Now I'm like 17 in the hood, coming back to the hood with a fucking drum machines, and now I'm incorporating the drums with the turntables and all that shit. So
Now let's just highlight the fact that you were willing to give up being fly for
yeah,
your dream, showing true sacrifice right there. That was
yeah,
a
yeah,
smart move, because
yeah.
you got to remember $800 at that time was a lot of money
A
too.
lot
It
of
was a
money.
lot more
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, $800 is what? And I was a kid, like, like I said, I was like 16, 17 years old with this fat chain. And the only reason I could afford it is because I was working. My mom's didn't buy me that shit. So anyway, funny story is that two weeks later, this guy lived in the Bronx and they stuck him up for that chain. With a
I
gunpoint.
was just about to say that. I was about to say, like, yo, you made yourself less of a target because
Yeah,
you got rid of the chain.
yeah. But you know what? That's life. Like there was a reason for me to buy that chain. That's how crazy life is. Like I didn't know the reason that chain was gonna come into it. Like so. Yeah, they stuck him up, and he came back to me like, "Yo, you almost got me killed." I was in the park at 2 a.m. in the Bronx. I was like, "What are you doing?" Like at 2 a.m. in the Bronx with this fat chain that even if you put it inside your shirt, it's gonna be sticking out of your neck. Like you can't even hide that shit. It was so fat. And
Right.
so yeah, that was my investment, man. I was like, take that chain, enjoy it. Like right now, I still have my TR 808, and if you look up the price on that bitch, that's like 10K. The
That's crazy.
707 is whatever. I ended up selling that one in the hood to some other kids that was rapping and shit as a kid, but I kept my 808 because I knew that shit was special. So yeah,
But
that's
I bet you though, like, the having the drum machines brought you so much more joy anyways because of you being creative with it. It was
Yeah,
doing more than
yeah.
just having the chain around your neck.
Yeah, yeah. That chain didn't, it was cool. It made me look dope. It was dope. But to me, like that's how much the love for the music was. Like that shit didn't even matter. I'd rather have equipment any day. And to this day, I don't even wear chains or nothing. Or I put all my money into my music, so
Right.